Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter. Hello, fine folks. This is Freedom Fighter, and welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News. Folks, Goldilocks is sharing some very important information today about Iraq having to now report exchanges and exchange rates in different currencies. Before we get into that, we have members that in the Goldilocks QFS dialogue room today, a good 5 or 6 different members, like every day, reporting their updates on their success with establishing relationships with wealth managers, accounts set up with banks. Our wonderful, amazing, peculiar Ram, even her wealth manager planning to come 2 hours to bring his children, his daughters, to play with her daughter. The relationships that our members are establishing are phenomenal. When you have a wealth manager that agrees to come 2 hours and bring his children to meet with you, ladies and gentlemen, that's next level. You're hearing of the luncheons, the dinners, the golf outings. You hear me almost mention it every day. Now we have a wealth manager traveling on his own dime to meet with our member 2 hours away. We're so proud of her and excited for her. We will be just as excited and proud of you. You can click the link at the top of the description. Join the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues Room. Many members like Peculiar Ram and others who are leaders in our community, and they will help you along the way. Now let's get into what Iraq has announced. Directly from the CBI, Iraq has announced that they have granted a license to a specific exchange, stock exchange company under what's called Category A. Now those who've been following Goldilocks for a while know about Category A for the Iraqi dinar, which is the highest level of a category for a currency that it can reach. A private joint stock exchange company under Category A, Goldilocks is sharing, would require an exchange rate for a country if it conducts transactions or holds assets in a currency of a different country. They must hold that currency in their own local currency, but they also must be able to convert other currencies into the Iraqi dinar. The importance of this is a form that now is required, that Iraq is requiring, the CBI is requiring. This stock exchange company, they must report currency exchanges and all of the values and exchange rates for each currency. Now, there are key points to remember that Goldilocks wants you to know, because this is related to cross-border transactions. Remember, cross-border transactions are currency exchanges. So if If the company engages in business activities across borders, it will receive payments in different currencies. For example, the dinar. For example, the dong. Therefore, there will be an exchange rate, and it must be recorded accurately. And there's a form that must be filled out by the exchange company called a Form 5471, where each exchange and the exchange rates from the Iraqi stock exchange and exchange companies must now be reported. This is a mechanism that they didn't have before that they had to follow. But in order for this to occur, an exchange rate must be required. An international exchange rate must be recorded. What they are announcing here is that they have not given a time frame yet on when the exchange companies in Iraq must begin to use this form. But Iraq, the CBI specifically, has now informed exchange companies in Iraq that they will eventually be required to fill out this form, Form 5471, because now, folks, when that happens and they announce that it's mandatory for all exchange companies in Iraq to do so, an international rate must be effective. Why? Because when they fill out this form, 5471, they must report the exchange rates. Folks, when countries exchange currencies, it's in different currencies in different countries. It's cross-border. So for Iraq now to require this form to be filled out, and they haven't announced an exact date for it to be released, but they have announced it's coming. When this happens, and these exchange companies exchange currencies in other countries' denominations, such as the dong, the bolivar, name it, whatever country's currency, an international rate must apply in order for them to do so. So by Iraq announcing that this form will have to be filled out and exchange rates reported, this is a part of their check and balance and transparency that Iraq has never had before. This is a requirement within Iraq to their equivalent of our IRS. They must report. This transparency in reporting is a major milestone for Iraq, whereas before it was just a wild, wild west with manipulation and corruption. Now, transparency, everything above board and on the record. Can you imagine exchanges where it's not recorded what the exchange rates are? It's not reported what the exchange rates are. Now Iraq the exchange companies have to now file and report. And folks, this goes into a digital system whereby all around the world, every banking system that connects to Iraq will see the rates. Remember, we are moving into a digital asset new banking system. Digital also meaning, of course, with crypto. No coincidence in the timing with Trump's crypto summit with digital assets and digital gold, digital banking. We are at the birth of the new digital banking system, which is the root in the beginning of the RV in the new digital banking system. It's the revaluing of all assets, whether it's gold as an asset, silver as an asset, or our currencies as an asset. What a time to be alive. Enjoy this moment, ladies and gentlemen. Do not take it for granted that you have the opportunity to click the link at the top of the description and join the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues Room, where there is no other community in Dinar Land that has the success and the receipts of the people, we the people, that are actually establishing relationships with the individuals that will be responsible for exchanging our currencies and building our generational wealth. Stay grounded, stay in love. Ciao.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.